Is it a good idea to buy a house in Woodstock? Stick around for the pros and cons of buying to help you make an informed decision. Specifically, when you're looking to buy in Woodstock, there's a great variety of ages, architectural styles, and what I like to call move-in readiness. Check out one of my first videos that goes through all the houses and their ages in and around Woodstock. Speaking of move-in readiness, the great thing about buying is you have the freedom to customize and renovate to fit your lifestyle. If you're looking for a bit of a deal, maybe you buy something you would want to fix up, do a bunch of cosmetic renovations, or maybe you're just looking to move right in. Woodstock has options for every part of that spectrum. A third pro for buying here in Woodstock is long-term appreciation. The city is growing due to an influx of population here in Ontario, and it's located along major highways for easy commuting to the nearby bigger cities. But within Woodstock, there's a strong emphasis on business development, which means there's plenty of employment opportunities around Woodstock itself. All this to say that the future of the Woodstock housing market is looking pretty stable. So investing in a home here will get you on the path to building equity and credit. This is a pro of buying anywhere, is that every month you're paying down that mortgage, and eventually you'll own the home free and clear and have no more mortgage payments. My last pro I want to go through, and this is the case for buying anywhere, is stability. I've mentioned in my previous video about renting how it could be susceptible to turnover. Owning a home provides stability, especially for families. You create a secure environment to grow your family, free from the uncertainties of rental turnovers. All right, let's go through the cons of buying a house. The first one has to be the upfront costs. I've mentioned this in that renting video. Make sure you go watch that for a full breakdown of how much upfront cost buying a house could be, and how little upfront cost you would incur when renting. The major differences when buying a house in upfront costs come down to closing fees, appraisals, home inspections, lawyers, and realtors. Going along with this upfront cost being a con, you're also losing all that capital and losing the opportunity costs of investing that capital elsewhere. The third con here for buying a house, TMI, stands for taxes, maintenance, and insurance. Now, insurance, you'll probably still face that with even when you're renting, especially if you're trying to cover your contents of the house. But for taxes and maintenance, they're unavoidable when you do own the home. Of course, you got to pay your property taxes, and then maintenance. There's always something when you own the house. So again, I'll refer back to my last video where I break down the cost comparison between buying and renting. Right now, the interest rates are so high, and the house prices haven't actually corrected for these interest rates. So the cost to buy a house is more than renting right now. So my last con is the amount of time it takes when you're looking to buy a house, trying to find the right one. It could take, a month to several months to find the right property, the right price, etc. But also, on the flip side, when you do go to sell it, again, you could be looking at, depending on the market conditions again, a month to several months to be selling and moving to somewhere else. So you just something you have to be aware of when you are buying and selling. It typically doesn't happen as quickly as you could just rent a place. Okay, so there's my top pros and cons for buying a house. If you're looking to buy a house here in Woodstock, reach out. All my contact info is in the description below. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to learn everything there is to know about living in Woodstock.